Hey guys, Dan here. Welcome to another video. Today we have for you a 2026 Lexus RX350. Now, as you can tell in the video, we want to find out if this Lexus RX350 is still king of the midsize luxury crossover segment. It's a nice car. I wonder if it is. But at the end of the video, we'll show you if it's worth the money that they're asking for and if it's indeed still king of the segment. Let's go check it out. This generation of RX350 first came out in 2023, so they haven't made too many changes after that, but one of the main changes that they did when they brought the new generation is this large spindle grille. Check it out. It basically encompasses the whole front end of the car, so it takes care of the front bumper, takes care of the area between the hood and the bumper and the grille, so it's all integrated into one. At this view, you have a front-facing camera here for your radar cruise control, big Lexus emblem. You have LED headlights with auto high beams whenever you're in an area that needs that. Of course, you got LED fog lights too, which really makes it light up nicely. Rims-wise, tires-wise, we have a standard 19-inch rims, which is comes in a brushed aluminum and black design. Looks okay, probably not the best looking wheel, but it's not bad. Coming to the side here, I think the best feature of this car is actually this contour of the door. Really makes it nice and sporty. So when you get in, you can feel like you're driving a quasi race car. And then the design, of course, very sheer and elegant. Look at this rear glass here. This is just one piece of glass from the back of the door to the trunk, all one piece of glass. And then of course you have this what they call a samurai sword chrome trim here, which really accentuates the side of the vehicle here. Of course, they all come with a standard rear deck spoiler on top of the roof there that extends from there. Tail lights, very Lexus reminiscent of all the newer Lexus that are coming out at this point. Of course, LED. And what's new for this generation, of course, they took away the Lexus logo and put on LEXUS lettering, so you know it's a Lexus. Rear, fairly good looking rear. I think this rear is actually a lot better looking than the previous generation. I'll put a snapshot of the previous generation's rear end right there, and you guys can compare and contrast the two, but I think this rear end definitely looks a lot better than the previous generation. Now, of course, you got the wraparound bumper here in the rear, all kind of ripped together. This is two-tone. You got black and you got your body-colored contour there, so it makes it look really nice. Let's turn on the lights and then you can see what the lights look like. Look how cool this looks. One bar all the way across, very reminiscent of Porsches that they have now. So a lot of the Porsches have this kind of rear end, futuristic rear end, so I think that looks really cool. Let's check out the interior of the car. Of course, all Lexus now come with this soft touch handle. Basically, there's a little button in here. You push it and you pull the door out. So, in case you didn't know. And then in here, this is the door panel. Same thing. You push the button and the door flies out. So, the traditional door handles are gone on this RX350. The door comes very nice and pointy. You have your soft touch leatherette, soft touch cushioned armrest there. Of course, you have all your window functions right there. And look at this very nice LED screen. Look at that. Looks very futuristic. It's all basically one piece. LED screen, and you can basically scroll through many of the menus here. And then you have your navigation system, very large screen. I believe it's 13.5 or so, a lot bigger than the standard that does not have the navigation. And of course you have your climate control here, seat heaters and coolers come standard, steering wheel heater, defroster, all that good stuff. And then you have your electronic shifting stick here. Of course, you actually don't need a stick nowadays with all these buttons. You actually can have a button, but they want to give you a little something tactile so you can play with when you get into the car. Dual cup holders, and then you have a little wireless charging cubby in here. You got 4 USB chargers for all your phone and accessories. Of course, with the newer Lexus RX, you have a ambient lighting setup throughout the entire car, so when you're driving at night, it looks kind of cool. Very well appointed interior. And then check out the back seat, guys. As you can tell, this Lexus is actually a really big car. It's 192 inches long, which is about 16 feet. So that's a pretty darn long car, but the benefit of that, you get very comfortable seats at the back. Okay, so let's look at the trunk now. Like I said, this is a very long, huge car, and of course you're gonna get a big trunk. We're looking at about 30 cubic feet of space. You got your cargo cover here, and with that, you can fit many, many luggages here, as well as a couple of presenters here if you put them just at the right angle. So quite a big trunk space here. All right, guys, now we're behind the wheel of the RX350. We're gonna give you a sense of what it's like to drive a RX350. Now, the first thing you'll notice when you get in is how quiet it is. Well, Lexus is known for very quiet interiors because we don't want the outside noise coming into the cabin, so we can enjoy our nice, quiet ride. The second thing you notice, it actually handles really well. Once you get going, you can feel the road, but it's a very comfortable feel. You know where you're going, and you know that you are fairly steady. Now the steering is very nimble. It feels loose, but once you get up to speed, it'll actually tighten up, which is very intuitive for what you are trying to get done here. And of course, this one has the 2.4 liter turbo inline-4 engine that are in a lot of Lexus vehicles nowadays, including the NX350, and of course this is the RX350. So 2.4 inline-4, making 275 horsepower and about 315 foot-pounds of torque. So it seems like a small engine and small figures, but when you get behind the wheel and give it some gas, it does not feel that slow. It actually feels fairly quick and nimble. If I could get a little bit of open road a little bit, I'll open it up and let you hear the motor. All right, a little bit of open space here, so we're gonna punch it, Chewy. Oh yeah. Hear that turbo scroll and the power kick in. So although this is not a V6, it gives you, I believe, ample power to get up and go and do what you gotta do. Of course, everybody wants a little bit more power, but with power, you gotta sacrifice fuel efficiency. And this one already, being 275 power, does not get that good of fuel economy. We're looking at about, real world, about 22 miles a gallon, which is not great for a 2026 vehicle. But again, it does have some power, so you get some power and mediocre gas mileage. So with that being said, it is a very comfortable riding car. And with Lexus, of course, you pay for the quality and the quality ride. And this is all there. You could feel as you're driving. This is a very, not heavy car, but not light car either. So it's a really good quality build. And when you're in it, you feel that you can go anywhere and arrive anywhere in style. All right, so that wraps up this video. And to answer the question, is the Lexus RX350 for 2026 still king of the luxury crossover segment? I think it is. For the pricing, this one starts about $51,000, and with options, we're looking about $53,000, which is pretty reasonable for all the luxury that you get. The main competitors in this market that I think is the X5 from BMW. And that one starts at $67,000. So it's quite a big disparity on the starting prices on that. And then the other one is the Volvo XC90. Now that one starts at $62,000, which is more reasonable, but I don't think you get as much luxury and bells and whistles as you do with the Lexus. So in essence, I think, yes, the Lexus RX350 is still king of the luxury crossover segment. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.